Step back in time to 1692 to a small, isolated Puritan town called Salem Village. Life was hard, winters were harsh, and faith was everything. But beneath this pious surface, a darkness was brewing, a fear that would soon ignite and consume the entire community. It all started innocently enough, with a group of young girls, including the daughter and niece of the local reverend. They began to have strange fits, contorting their bodies, screaming in terror, and claiming they were being tormented by unseen forces. Who was behind this dark magic? The girls, pressured by the adults around them, began to name names. First, they accused 3 women on the fringes of society, a slave named Taitaba, a homeless beggar, and a woman who rarely attended church. Taitaba, after being subjected to intense interrogation, confessed. She wove a fantastical tale of a devil's book, of riding on sticks, and of a conspiracy of witches right there in Salem. Her confession was like a match thrown on dry tinder. Panic erupted. The accusations began to fly, spiraling out of control. It was no longer just outcasts being named. Respected church members, wealthy landowners, even a former minister, found themselves in the crosshairs. Old family feuds, land disputes, and personal jealousies were reframed as witchcraft. If your neighbor's cow died, maybe you bewitched it. If you had a disagreement over property lines, perhaps your rival was in league with the devil. The courtroom became a theater of the absurd. The afflicted girls would scream and faint whenever an accused person entered, claiming their spectral shapes were pinching and choking them. This spectral evidence was considered undeniable proof. Reason had completely abandoned Salem. To confess to witchcraft, even if you were innocent, was the only way to save your life, though it meant living with the shame and likely accusing others. To maintain your innocence was a death sentence. Over the next few months, the hysteria reached its peak. Jails overflowed. Special courts were convened, and the trials began. In the end, 19 men and women were hanged on Gallows Hill. Several others died in prison, and one elderly man, Giles Corey, was pressed to death with heavy stones for refusing to enter a plea. So what was the real evil in Salem? It wasn't witchcraft. It was a perfect storm of religious extremism, social anxiety, a flawed justice system, and the dark side of human nature. Greed, vengeance, and mass hysteria were the true demons. The Salem witch trials serve as a chilling reminder of what can happen when fear replaces reason, and a community turns on itself. It's a dark chapter in history that warns us, even today, about the dangers of false accusations and unchecked panic. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to Legends Exposed for more deep dives into the truths that history often tries to hide.